When I was a child, I thought something was wrong with me. I didn't listen. I hated being told what to do. I got angry about things that didn't even seem to bother anyone else. And nobody around me ever explained why. So I decided I must be the problem. If you ever watched your child react in a way that made no sense to you, stay with me. Because it makes perfect sense. And nobody told you. When I was little, our house was always full. My father was the oldest in the family, so everyone came to us. Coffee cups everywhere, drinks, cigarette smoke, voices overlapping. I loved it. I was always somewhere there, sitting, watching, and wanted to be part of it. But every time I tried to join in, my aunt or uncle would say, "Dano, go make us coffee." Even though they had coffee like 30 minutes ago. They weren't being cruel. They just thought I was too young to hear what they were talking about. I guess they were trying to protect me. But the problem was never the protection. It was the way. Nobody asked me what I already understood. Nobody even considered that maybe I already knew more than they thought. They just decided for themselves, she's too small. Send her away. And what I heard, it wasn't, "We are protecting you." What I heard was, "You don't matter enough to be here." So I did what any reasonable child would do. I pretended I didn't hear. I was just sitting there, staring somewhere. And they would say, "Dano, hello. Is anyone there? Oh, this one must be deaf." Of course I heard everything. I just refused. And then one day they sent me to make coffee one more time. And I made it. With salt instead of sugar. On purpose. And this is not a funny story about a stubborn child. This is a story about a little girl who felt anger and she couldn't explain it. Who refused orders she couldn't articulate were wrong. And who was told every time she showed it, "Oh, look at her. She's actually angry. You think you have problems. Wait until you grow up." And I remember thinking, something is wrong with me. And I don't know why I get so angry. I don't know why I can't just listen. I don't know why I have to ruin everything. I must be a bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid. I was a child who felt something real and had no language for it. And here is what nobody explained to me and nobody explained to my parents. Every emotion has a cycle. A child feels something, anger, fear, sadness, and that feeling wants out. If someone meets it, like, I see you're upset, tell me. It finishes, it passes through, it's done. But if someone laughs at it, dismisses it, or doesn't notice, it goes back into the body and it stays. And here's the part that changes everything. When they looked at me, they said, she is angry. Not she feels anger. I am angry means you become it. It's your identity. And it can't live. But I feel anger means it's passing through. You are you. The anger is visiting. And visitors leave. And this is what I teach. How emotions become identity when they are not allowed to finish. That little girl didn't have a problem. She had an emotion that nobody let her complete. And now let me tell you something. Has your child ever refused to do something simple and you thought, why are they being so difficult? Or has your child ever gotten angry about something so small you almost laughed? A broken crayon, a sandwich which was cut wrong, a sock that felt weird. I'm not blaming you, because here's the thing. The child who refuses is not being difficult. They feel something they can't name. The child who explodes over a broken crayon is not being dramatic. The crayon is not the point. It's the last straw of a feeling that had nowhere to go. It had nowhere to go all day. And the child who goes quiet, who never complains, who is always good, that child may have learned exactly what I learned. My feelings are a problem. So I'll make sure nobody sees them. And this is not your fault. And it wasn't your parents' fault. My aunt and uncles were trying to protect me. They didn't know that the way they did it sent a different message than the one they meant. Nobody taught them to ask a child what they understand. Nobody taught them that a child's anger is not disobedience, it's communication. This is a pattern that moves from generation to generation until someone sees it. And you're seeing it right now. That is already enough. So tonight, when your child is upset, instead of "stop it, you're fine," or "why are you being so difficult?" try this. I can see you feel something big right now. I'm here. Tell me. And that's it. You don't have to fix the feeling. And you don't have to understand it. You just have to let it be a feeling and not turn it into a label. My daughter is 2.5. And the other day she said, "Mom, do you feel happy?" And I was, She didn't say, "Are you happy?" She said, "Do you feel happy?" She already knows the difference. And when I was a child, I thought something was wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. I was a child who felt everything, like every child do. And nobody knew what to do with it. If your child feels too much, reacts too much, resists too much, there is nothing wrong with them either. If you know a parent who needs to hear this, send it to them. And I'll see you in the next one.